Mauritius said it has submitted changes to a proposal deal over the future of the Chagos Islands with the country's new PM, saying the original agreement did not benefit his country enough. Under the new terms of the original agreement, which was announced in October, the UK would relinquish sovereignty to Mauritius over the archipelago but maintain a 99-year lease over Diego Garcia, home to a major US military base. It was finalized shortly before an election which then the Prime Minister Pravin Jokwenta lost in a landslide defeat. So you see, Mauritania is renegotiating this deal now when it comes to this Chagos Island. This is a case that most African countries are facing. Yes, and this is a reality that most of the countries in the West here need to be acquainted with. They pretend as if they don't understand. What they forget is that all these archaic agreements you have with our predecessors, our ancestors, are no longer going to be accommodative in this 21st century. They are not going to work because we are not living anymore in that time in which you have those agreements with our ancestors under such conditions. Now, some of these agreements need to be reconsidered, need to be readjusted, need to either to be cancelled or be renegotiated. Yes, because you can imagine, is because of some of these archaic, wicked, evil, demonic agreements they have with our predecessors, our ancestors. That is why most of these countries are still thinking today that Africa natural resources belongs to them. Yes, so that's why you see that the new generations are beginning to understand both local and international politics, and they are no longer comfortable with some of these or most of these archaic, demonic agreements that plunges or keep plunging Africa into poverty, that keep giving them an edge to think that African natural resources belongs to them. That is why you see that the youth are rising, the youth are beginning to understand, and the youth are no longer comfortable with some of these agreements. Yes, it's just like the 1884 Berlin Treaty. It's just like the Colonial Pact. When you think that 10 countries in Africa are still paying tax up to date, and the same people that are collecting tax from these African countries will still portray themselves as preachers of democracy, people that are not practicing what they are preaching. So it is high time some of these evil agreements should be renegotiated. You can already see Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger cancelling some of the evil license they give to Western miners that are looting African resources, that Africa get little or nothing from what is being gotten out of their soil. Yes, something that is supposed to be a blessing to them, it now turns out to be a cause of which they don't get anything out of it.